you'd like to join us on Zoom, the Zoom link was sent out via email. And I'll also put the Zoom link in the comments section of the Facebook group. So if you're watching us live on Facebook and the group, you want to join us on Zoom, I'll put the Zoom link in the comments section. Hop on Zoom if you can, because we are going to be doing actual exercises and practices today. And we do like to play sound, and we cannot play sound on Facebook. So if you want to join us in that, jump on Zoom with us. All right, so we've got Jackie. Hi, Jackie. We've got Raluca. Hi, Raluca. Hello. iPhone. Hello. And let me know if you guys can hear me, see me. Jackie says, hi. Hi, Jackie. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me on Facebook. So just type it in the comments. Just type in the comments on Facebook if you can hear me, if you can see me. And I'm also going to drop that Zoom link in the comments section. So I'll do that now. And while I'm doing that, I would like you to type in the comments, what do you want to get out of today's masterclass? So today's masterclass, we have today and tomorrow together to go through the formula on how to manifest reality using meditation. So a lot of you guys are already meditating. A lot of you are law of attraction, Neville Goddard, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton followers. So a lot of people here are doing the work, they're in the work, or they know about the work. So what in particular do you want to get out of this masterclass? Is there something that you're struggling with? Is there a challenge? Or maybe there's something you want to practice more. Maybe there's an exercise you want to learn on a deeper level. So whatever it is, type it in the comments. Type it in the comments. While I put the Zoom link in the comments, I want you guys to type that in the comments. So Jackie says, I want to improve my manifestation practice to create the results in life I'm looking for. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for sharing. And if there's something specific, Jackie, like if there's like a specific area that you would like to go over, type that in the comments. So maybe it's holding an intention. Maybe it's staying in the energy. Maybe it's breath work, doing the breath. Maybe it's activating the pineal gland. Maybe it's connecting to the quantum field. So if there's something specific you would like me to go over in this masterclass, type that in the comments. All right, so the Zoom link is in the comments. If you want to jump on Zoom with us, it's in the comments section on Facebook. And we're going to get started. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm very excited about today's masterclass because we're going to break down this formula step by step. So we're going to go through each step of the formula. We're going to talk about the science behind each step. And we're also going to put it into real-time practice, which is what I'm most excited for. So if you're new to my world, if you just started following me maybe on Instagram, or you just found me on Facebook or even TikTok, my name is Andrea, and I've been in this work now for about maybe 5 years now. And I started helping people with this work about 2.5 years ago, after I had a massive transformation with this work. So when I say massive transformation, I mean, within a matter of weeks, I released over 40 pounds. I healed my scoliosis, my asthma. I healed my asthma from childhood. I had childhood asthma. I had really high cholesterol. I was about to have a heart attack, according to the doctors. So I healed my cholesterol. I freed myself from a few addictions. So I had a food addiction. I had a severe codependency addiction. I had a sex addiction. And I really just became this whole different person using this work. So I really struggled in the very beginning for about a year, like a year and a half. I really struggled with this. I could not get this to work for me. I was pretty inconsistent, and I was trying to put all the pieces together without any real guidance, without any real support or anything like that. And what happened was, after struggling for about a year and a half, I hit like I guess you could call it like a breaking point with this work. And I really just said, you know what? I'm not going to just do the meditations. I'm not going to just do the things that I'm learning from these teachers, these gurus. I'm going to become this work. I'm going to become the moving, walking, talking meditation. So when I get off the mat, when I'm done with my meditation, that's actually when my meditation has started, is when I get off the mat. When I leave the meditation is when my meditation starts. And it was when I made that shift, that was when I saw my entire reality change. My past self reality completely collapsed. And all of a sudden I was moving. I moved to the beach, moved next to Clearwater Beach, which is the #1 beach in the USA. I lost all this weight. I released 40 pounds without doing a crazy diet, without changing workouts, without doing all these matter things. My scoliosis went away. My asthma went away. My cholesterol went way below average. And I freed myself from these addictions that I had. And people started asking me what I was doing. People wanted to know what the heck happened to me. They were just blown away by what was happening. And that's when I started sharing this work. And I started helping a few friends just for fun, just because they were asking. So I started sharing this work, started helping them. And I met a business coach at a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat. And she's the one who actually said to me, you should really help more people with this. You should really make this into a coaching business. You have the potential to help hundreds of people, not just 5 friends, but hundreds of people with this work. And when she said that, it's like I just got so excited because I was already doing it. I was already helping people. I was already transforming people's lives. I was already guiding people. And to know that I could have a bigger reach, to be of a bigger service, even do things like retreats, build community. These are the things that really lit me up and got me excited. And from that point, I opened myself up. I started my first group coaching program. I took on one-on-one clients. And my first year in business, my business exploded my first year. So my first year in business, I had a 6-figure healing, coaching, thriving, business, all from Facebook, And it's now been 2.5 years, and I've helped over 100 people with this work now. So I'm very excited to really break this formula down, to really break this process down and share that there's nothing special about this. There's nothing mystical. There's nothing magical. This is a easy, simple, step-by-step process that anybody can do. Anybody can do this. It takes showing up, it takes commitment, and it takes getting a little better. Just if you can just get a little better each time you show up and each time you do this, what will happen is you'll start rewiring your brain, you'll start reprogramming your subconscious mind body, and you're going to come out a completely different person because you are different. The brain is different. The subconscious mind body is different. You are a completely different person. So let's read some of these comments here, and then we'll dive into our first part of the masterclass. So our first part of the masterclass is the breath. So the first thing we're going to talk about, the first thing we're going to break down today is the breath. But before we do that, let's dive into some of these comments. And if you're just joining us, if you're live with me on Facebook right now, type in the comments, what do you want to get out of this masterclass? What do you want to learn, take away from this masterclass? And if you haven't typed it in yet, I'm going to invite you to type it in. What's the number one thing you want to get out of this masterclass? The number one thing you want to take away from this masterclass? So Jackie says, honestly, it's a bit of everything, but being able to connect to the quantum field would be great. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. Raluca says, I want to become consistent with a more advanced spiritual practice, do more intentional manifestation, walk my authentic oath. Thank you, Raluca, for sharing. So we're going to touch on those things. We'll touch on those things, Jackie and Raluca. We'll touch on that and go deeper, a little bit deeper into that stuff. Yes, you're welcome. All right, so let's dive into the breath. So why do we do the breath? What is the breath? And when I say the breath, I'm talking about breath work. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to look at some different images here that I have pulled up for us today. We're going to look at the energy centers, the chakra system. So if you can see my screen, type it in the chat. If you're on Facebook with us, you're watching from Facebook, let me know if you can see my screen. Type it in the chat. You should be able to see, I have a chakra page pulled up. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer's on. Ray's on. Hi, Ray. Hi, Amy. Amy says the basic. I think I didn't learn before. All right. Well, we're definitely going to go over the basics today, Amy. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. Okay. Oh, can you guys see my screen? Let me know. Type it in the chat. All right. So there's 7 main chakras or energy centers. And each energy center, chakra means spinning wheel. So if you look at the Sanskrit, the definition, the meaning of the Sanskrit word chakra, it's spinning wheel. And what happens is when we hold on to emotions, energy, these emotions get blocked in these wheels, in these chakras. Now, the subconscious mind body is mainly developed from age 0 to 7. So age 0 to 7, you're in a very slow brainwave. It's called theta. It's a theta brainwave that you're in from age 0 to 7. And because there's no analytical processes, there's no analytical mind to block information out or to assist in removing emotions, moving through emotions, emotional intelligence. Now, when you're a child, you actually naturally know how to process emotions when you're a child. It's very instinctual. And if we look at animals, animals process emotions instinctually. There's a great book on this. It's called Burnout. The book is called Burnout, and it's written by two sisters that are twins. And I can't remember their last name right now, but it's Natalie and Emily. That's their first names are Natalie and Emily. And what these two sisters did was they wrote a whole book pretty much about suppressing emotions and what's called a stress cycle. So if we look at animals, if something happens to a bear and this bear is being attacked by something, maybe another bear, after the attack, the bear will walk away to a safe area where the bear is no longer being attacked, and the bear will shake rapidly, and the bear will start doing these deep exhales. And what scientists found is that the bear is processing emotions. The bear is releasing emotions. It's completing what's called a stress cycle. So if the stress cycle is not completed, what happens is that energy remains in the body, and it remains as a block in one of these energy centers. So we'll look at the first energy center here, which is the root chakra. And this energy center, each energy center is responsible for a level of mind. So if we look at the root chakra, this energy center is responsible for survival, for grounding, stability, comfort, safety. This energy center is also responsible for things like money, anything that has to do with safety, right? So when I went and Eliza and I went and spent time with monks, and one of the monks told us money is safety. Money is just an energy. It's just an energy. But if you seem to get a bunch of money and then lose a bunch of money, it's because there's some kind of block in that first energy center where you get all this money, this safety, and then all of a sudden that safety's gone. And if you look at that pattern, this pattern of I'm safe, and then all of a sudden I'm not safe, you can trace these patterns that keep showing up in life back to childhood. Because these feelings, I'm safe, and now I'm not safe, or I'm safe, but it might go away. I'm safe, but I'm not sure how long I'm safe for. These feelings, they're called familiar feelings. Familiar feelings. And the reason why they're called familiar feelings is because they're very familiar to the past. And if something keeps showing up, a pattern, so maybe it's with a toxic relationship. So relationships are an awesome tool. They're self-development tools, relationships, because whoever you're in relation with is just mirroring what's inside of you. So if I keep attracting the same person, so if I go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship, and all these people keep making me feel unsafe, or they don't treat me the way I know I need to be treated, or they abandon me. That was my biggest past self emotion, abandonment. So I would go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship, and it was different. It was a different relationship, but it was actually the same relationship. The same abandonment showed up in every single relationship. And it wasn't until I unblocked my first energy center. And when I say unblocked my first energy center, I don't mean now I'm perfect. Like now I'm the perfect person because I unblocked my energy center. That's not what I mean. What I mean is I released trauma. I released blocks. I aligned this energy center. I balanced this energy center through doing the work that we're going to go through today. And with balancing, aligning, and unblocking my first energy center, all of a sudden, my first year in business, I made over $100,000 doing what I absolutely love, what lights me up, what I'm passionate about. And that same year, I met Aliza, that same year. And all of a sudden, me and Aliza, we got married last year. First time in my entire life, 35, I was 35, we got married. First time in my entire life. So what changed? What changed? It was my energy that changed. Nothing changes until your energy changes. Even if you go find that lover who doesn't abandon you, if your energy has not changed, it's only a matter of time before the subconscious mind will self-sabotage, will do something that's totally incoherent to what you analytically want. But because the body is the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is creating over 95% of reality, until you remove that block, until you align that energy center, get that energy center rotating and flowing properly, the same situations will keep showing up, the same experiences, the same people, the same objects. They're different people, they're different experiences, but they're going to leave you feeling the same. They're going to leave you feeling abandoned. They're going to leave you feeling unsafe. They're going to leave you feeling unsecure. They're going to leave you feeling uncomfortable, unstable, ungrounded, right? And it's because it's coming from our energy, because our energy is what's producing our hologram. So type it in the comments if that resonates. Let me know if that resonates with you guys. Does that resonate? Have you ever had a situation where it was a different person or a different job or a different financial situation or something different with health, and then all of a sudden you realize it's actually the same job? It's the same person. It's the same situation. It's the same health thing that's going on. So let me know in the comments if that resonates with you, if that's ever happened to you. So Jackie says, completely resonates. I'm living it right now. Same experience with business over and over again. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. So Amy says, yes, Amy's on Facebook Live. So Amy says, if you're on Facebook Live, if you want to jump on Zoom, the Zoom link is in the comments. So Amy says, yes, healing is, you don't heal 100%. Yes, it's layers. So Amy says it's layers, a bad day, a car accident, someone being very loud and disrespectful, for example, can bring up stuff again. Doesn't mean you didn't heal. It's a different part of whatever that situation you're healing from that comes. Thus times you're ready to deal with this aspect. Yes, Amy is 100% correct on that. So it's layers, right? So the energy center is not going to be unblocked or perfect with one meditation, a week's meditation, a month's meditation, even a year's meditation, 5 years meditation, 10 years meditations. The energy centers, what's happening here is these are spinning, they're like vortex. They're spinning energy centers. They're like vortexes. And the entire universe is within you because we live in what's called a holographic universe. So what that means is that if you take a hologram and you cut it into pieces, and I pass out each piece of the hologram, you're going to find that the entire hologram is in each piece of the hologram, even though I cut up the original hologram. So the entire hologram can be found in each piece of the hologram. So what that means is that the entire universe is within you. And we hear people say this all the time. You hear these quotes, you see these quotes all over the place. And this is the science behind it. So what that means with these energy centers is that when you're showing up and you're doing this work, you're going deeper within these vortexes or portals, chakras, energy centers. And you're downloading higher frequency information that's within you because the entire universe is within you. So that means all the answers, what to say, what to do, where to go, how to do it, all the ideas, all the business things, anything and everything you can possibly imagine is within you. And how we access this information is by going deeper within and uncovering deeper. We can look at this as layers, uncovering deeper layers of information within. So it's not that you're going to become perfect. It's not that, because perfect implies that you're done, right? So perfect means you're done. You will never be done with this work. There's always something deeper. There's a deeper layer. There's deeper wisdom. There's deeper insights. And when scientists look at the universe, what they've found is that the universe is now expanding at double the rate than what it was previously expanding at. So the universe is now expanding at double the rate at what it was previously expanding at. So what that means is that you, if the universe is within you, which it is, you are expanding at double the rate. So it's our job to align with this energy and decipher and decode this knowledge that's within us. How do we do that? By opening up, unblocking, aligning these energy centers so that we can receive the knowledge, so that we can receive the insights, so that we can receive the knowings, so that we can receive whatever it is that we need to receive to get to that higher or I don't know if to get to it is the right word. It's more of a relaxing and surrendering into a higher version of self. Someone who thinks or knows is a better word. Someone who knows deeper insights, deeper wisdoms, deeper ways of being, because ultimately it's who we are being that's creating reality. That's ultimately what it comes down to. It's who I'm being is what's creating reality. So the breath, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to unblock these energy centers. There's lots of ways to unblock the energy centers. But for what we're talking about today, the context of this masterclass, the breath is one of the best ways to unblock the energy centers. When you're using your breath, we're going to go to the next picture here. When you're using your breath, you're creating what's called an inductance field. An inductance field is this field that has a charge to it. This charge can attract other charges. It attracts other charges. Emotions have a charge to them. Emotions are energy. Emotions are frequency. There's a charge there. So when doing the breath, we can create this inductance field within us, positive charge, negative charge. This is how we create the inductance field. And there's in the spinal fluid, there are salts and proteins in the spinal fluid. And when you're deep breathing, you're creating this charge inside the spinal fluid. And then we get this inductance field. And all of a sudden, you start pulling up emotions that have been trapped in your energy centers since you were a child, or it could be recently. It doesn't have to be from when you were a child. Could be something recent. But the subconscious mind body is primarily developed from age 0 to 7. So from age 0 to 7, whatever was witnessed, whatever was experienced, whatever you were taught was directly downloaded into the subconscious mind body. And that is what's running, creating, and shaping reality. It's the subconscious mind that's shaping over 95% of reality. So we talked about the first energy center, which is responsible for safety, security, groundedness. So if there's words that go with these energy centers as well. So the affirmation for the first energy center is I am. I am. And then if we go to the second energy center, the word for this one is I feel. I feel. And then if we scroll up, this one is responsible for creativity, emotions, pleasure, So I feel. So if you find yourself feeling blocked, if you find yourself feeling unsure, if you find yourself feeling uncreative, right, which is blocked, uncreative, blocked, you know that there's something in your first energy center that's creating that block. So there's some kind of emotion. Emotion is energy in motion that is creating the block in that energy center. So in that case, the great thing about this knowledge, the awesome thing about this knowledge is, if I know that I feel blocked, and I used to say that frequently. I used to say that a lot. My past self would say that, and I used to say it, I'm not creative. I'm just not creative. And I really thought I wasn't creative. And it wasn't that I wasn't creative. It was that my second energy center was not rotating. So I wasn't getting the information. I wasn't getting the divine intelligence within me, the information within me. That's the natural creative mind of me. So that mind was not flowing, was not activated. So if we look at the solar plexus, this is self-esteem, power, strength. So if you feel there's something going on with self-esteem, then you're going to go right to that third energy center. And what I like to do is I get curious with these different energy centers. So if I struggle with low self-esteem, which I did, and I'm still in this work, I'm still working on my energy centers. I'm still working on self-esteem and confidence and loving myself. So it's never that we're just done. That's not how this works. But if I know in my life that there's something with my self-esteem, or it could be the heart. So the heart is love, acceptance, compassion, kindness, peace. So it's, there's something with me opening my heart. I feel like I don't have compassion for people. Could be the throat. Throat is communication, speaking your truth, honesty. So if there's something around not being able to speak your truth, around people pleasing, around being a yes person, the person who just agrees with everything, when really deep down inside you don't agree, that would be the throat energy center. Third eye, visualization. This one is huge. So the third eye is your vision for the future. Imagination, also clairvoyancy. So not being able to hold a vision, not sure what your vision is, not being able to see a vision, that would be the third eye. Crown, knowing, fulfillment, spirituality, self-realization. So looking at these different energy centers, and you can also look at your words. So if we scroll back down to this second image here, we can look at the words. So going back to the third energy center, I do. How does that resonate with you? So do you feel like you can do your purpose work? Do you feel like you can do what you were meant to do on this planet in this time? Do you feel like you can do whatever your vision is? Do you feel like you can do that? And if you don't, it's okay. There's no right or wrong here, good or bad. There's no judgment here. This is how we start to get curious and explore what might be no longer serving me. So what might no longer be serving me? So if I feel like I can't do my purpose work, or my purpose work is not going to be successful, nobody's going to pay me for that. Nobody's going to hire me. Nobody wants what I have. Okay, well, let me get curious about that. Let me get curious about these thoughts, because the thoughts are showing up because of a energy that's inside of me. So if I have these thoughts, it's because there's an energy that's inside my subconscious mind body, that's inside these chakras, these energy centers, that's resonating with these thoughts. So all of a sudden I start picking up these thoughts. No, that's not going to work. No one's going to do hire you. You can't reach this goal. In this case, let me get curious and let me do some self inquiry from a place of curiosity, from a place of play, from a place of discovery, and see what is it maybe around self-esteem for me? What is it around confidence for me? What is it around courage, bravery, honesty, speaking my truth? What is it around safety? Security. Do I feel safe? Do I feel secure with me? What is it around vision? Am I being true to myself with vision? Does this vision really light me up? Does this vision really get me excited? Is this even my vision? Is this a vision that I picked up from my parents? Is this what my parents want me to do? Is this even my own vision? Is this something my parents want me to do? My partner? Is this what my partner wants me to do? Is this what my aunt's family, friend, boss? So it's the ability to get curious, to have this discovery, this play, this self-inquiry, and using the breath. Okay, there's something around my throat. I can't seem to speak my truth. So when this person comes over, or when I meet up with my family, all of a sudden I turn into the people pleaser. All of a sudden I turn into the person that just agrees with everybody. And this is something that I'm still working with. It's our immediate family that I have found will be the most challenging, is what I have found. It's my immediate family, where that's where I have to really show up in the energy of my future self, so I don't return back to 5-year-old Andrea who's trying to make her mommy happy, or trying to get approval from her mom. So if I know there's something in my throat, I can't speak my truth, there's a block there, there's some kind of stuck energy there, my heart, wherever it is, doesn't matter. I'm going to sit every single day and use the breath. And I do it twice a day. I do this twice a day. Now, there was a point where I did it 3 times a day, but right now I'm at twice a day. I don't really feel I need 3 right now, but if I do, I will. I'm going to use the breath to pull the block from the energy center and run it through my nervous system, completing what's called a stress cycle. So when I'm doing this breath work, and we're going to spend the whole day tomorrow just doing a session. So the whole day tomorrow will just be a session. So you will definitely want to show up tomorrow. Do not miss tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to actually go through the whole process, the whole session. I'm going to run these emotions, run this energy, these sensations through my nervous system, using the breath to transmute it from my body. Once it's transmuted from your body, it will stop showing up. Now, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden it might not ever show up again. You're perfect. Doesn't mean that. What it means is that all of a sudden you're speaking your truth more. All of a sudden you're showing up in your business, your purpose work with confidence, with courage, with high self-esteem. You're asking for the sale. Maybe you're an artist. You're asking for the sale of your art without shame and guilt, without feeling bad, without all these subconscious ways of being. So all of a sudden, you start showing up as a higher version of self. And the electromagnetic field around the body is now different because you're different. And if the field around the body is different because you're different, the hologram changes. The 3D reality, I don't know if we can even call it reality, the 3D hologram starts changing to mold your new electromagnetic field around your body. So let me know in the comments if this is resonating. Let me know in the comments, what energy center do you know you need to focus on to align, heal, unblock? Let me know in the comments what energy center. So everything that we just went over, that we just discussed, which energy center do you know? Okay, it's my throat, or maybe it's my first, my third, my fourth energy center. Maybe it's all of them. For me, it was all of them. So let me know in the comments. Maybe there's one that you know what, it's my heart. Like, I know I need to open my heart. I know I need to work on my heart energy center. So Jackie says, yes, resonates. I believe my root, sacral, and throat need work. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. Raluca says, I know I need to work more on sacral, solar plexus, and throat. Resonates, yes. Thank you, Raluca, for sharing. So iPhone says all of them. Yeah, for me, it was like, wow, every single one of these, it was like, every single one of these is it just off. And that's okay. It's really about showing up consistently in this work and just getting a little better each time you show up. If you can show up and just get a little better at what you're doing, a little better at the practice, the actual practice, if you can do that, then you're going to notice shifts. You'll start seeing all kinds of synchronicities, divine timing, divine alignment. You'll have things that just blow your mind, start showing up. Things will dissolve, things will disappear, things will go away. Jocelyn says my heart and my throat. Don says all of them. Imal says I feel unsafe around some people and can't earn money. So that's the first energy center, Imal. So that would be the first energy center. All right, so let's continue on here. And I wanted to talk about brainwaves today. So we'll talk about brainwaves, and then we will close out with a breathwork session, and we will close out by entering a brainwave today. So first step in the formula, breathwork. Why do we do the breathwork? to unblock the energy centers. Why do you have to unblock your energy centers or want to unblock your energy centers? To create an open flow to the universe within you. Otherwise, what happens is you don't have that flow. The vortex is not spinning. The chakra, the wheel is not spinning. And there's very little energy coming through. And all of a sudden, the person feels blocked. The person doesn't know what to say. They don't know where to go. They don't have the intuition is not activated and guiding them. So the first thing is the breath, unblocking the energy centers, having those wheels spinning properly. One of the coolest things about the breath is when you're doing the breath, and we'll do this all tomorrow, we're going to go into the full-on practice tomorrow. When you're pulling from these lower three centers, you're pulling all this energy into your heart. Now, once the energy hits the heart, it goes straight to the brain. Once the energy is going through the brain, there's a toroidal field that begins circulating out the head and into the tail, into the bottom part of the spine of the person. And you can actually, scientists measure this toroidal field. There's devices where you can measure it. Now, this toroidal field is a field of information. Now, this is where the brain waves come in, okay? So you have this field, it's going around the body. And when we are in altered states of consciousness and these different brain waves, we can connect to the quantum field. So there are 5 main brain waves. There's beta, alpha, theta, delta, and then there's something called gamma. These are the 5 main ones. And there's actually many, many, many more brain waves that scientists are just now discovering. And we're not going to go into all of them, but we're just going to go into the basic ones here. So these are the 5 main ones. And there's high beta, there's low beta, same thing with alpha, theta, delta. So there's high, low, and somewhere in the middle, there's all these different frequencies. The brain waves are different frequencies. There's different speeds of energy. So beta is your waking, thinking, conscious state of being, beta. Alert, problem solving, analytical, planning, assessing, categorizing. This is all beta. It's analytical mind. Alpha, lucid, reflective, relaxed, calm, peaceful, out of the thinking mind. You shift from a sympathetic to a parasympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic is like a fight or flight. Parasympathetic is a relax, rest nervous system. This is creativity, flow. Then we have theta, which is verbal thinking mind, transitions to the meditative visual mind, strong intuition, more capacity for wholeness, and complicated problem solving. This is where you're going to practice your visualization. This is hypnosis, theta. Theta is the hypnosis brainwave. Deep, deep healing takes place in theta. We have delta, which is like a deep, dreamless sleep. There are Tibetan monks that can reach this state in a alert, awakened phase. And this is the delta brainwave is where you can bend reality. So if you study Neville Goddard at all, Neville Goddard is like the grandfather of law of attraction using meditation. And he talks a lot about going to sleep and the wish fulfilled is how he says it. He says, you go to sleep in the wish and the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And what Neville is teaching here is he's teaching to fall asleep. So you fall asleep, delta, in the feeling, what is feeling? Feeling is emotion. What is emotion? Frequency, because it's energy in motion. So you fall asleep in the frequency of the wish fulfilled, meaning you're visualizing, you see it, you feel it, you fall asleep in that state of being. This is delta. There's also, his name is Jose Silva, the Silva method. He also taught this same thing that Neville taught. So ultimately, what you want to do is you want to be in this theta, gamma. We're going to talk about gamma. So let's scroll down and talk about that one as well real quick here. So gamma, it's called the unifying wave, a sweeping wave through the brain. It's unity, consciousness, super cognitive enhancement, super memory recall, super fast learning, super focus. It's a natural antidepressant, access to deeper states of intuition on demand. So these are the brainwaves: theta, gamma, even delta. Now, the thing with delta is you want to get really good at theta first, in my opinion, even this gamma brainwave, before you do a delta practice, because if you just kind of fall asleep without being in this feeling of the wish fulfilled, meaning you don't have any control, or you can't hold, it's a little bit challenging to hold the visualization with the feeling and fall asleep. A lot of people I've noticed from working with a lot of people and doing this myself, especially in the beginning, you might drift in different directions. So you might start thinking about different things before you go to sleep. You're thinking about tomorrow, what am I going to eat? What's going to happen after work? What is this person going to say? And then you fall asleep. That's what you don't want to do. That's what you don't want to do. What you want to do is, in my opinion, is get really good at holding a vision. You want to get really good at visualizing without breaking that visualization. So you want to get really good at holding the vision of your future self without, what am I going to eat tomorrow? Or when is this going to be done? Or, well, how's that going to work? Or all these little thoughts that come in and break the visualization. It creates incoherence in the heart and brain, and it kicks the person out of what's called brain and heart coherence. And it creates a like static or a break in the signal to the quantum field. And the person who gets the best results with this work, it's really just about whoever can hold the most coherent signal. That's who gets the best results, because they're holding a coherent signal, meaning they're able to maintain that state of being without disconnecting from that state of being. So we have to be in it more than we are out of it, meaning you have to be that person, that future self you. So you have to be that confident, that high self-esteem, that person who speaks their truth, that brave, that courageous, that peaceful, grateful, loving person. You have to be that version of you more than you are not to see results with this work. So how do we get there? We get there by visualizing it in a theta brainwave, a gamma brainwave, delta, right? So you get good at this, and then you start falling asleep to the wish fulfilled, right? When you get practice, you get good at this, then all of a sudden you start falling asleep to the wish fulfilled. We get there by using the breath, fear, unblock, align the energy centers. We get there by rewiring the brain to this new version of you because you're visualizing and feeling it at the same time. So you start to rewire the neurological circuitry in the brain. And then all of a sudden you start reprogramming the subconscious mind body because different chemicals of gratitude, appreciation, love, peace, these chemicals that cascade the body start reprogramming the body to a higher version of you. So you feel better, you feel better. And if you feel better, you get better thoughts because it's a thinking, feeling, thinking loop. And what happens is the electromagnetic field around the body is now there's a different field being broadcast. And now all of a sudden, all these people that are feeling good, that are in gratitude, that are high self-esteem, brave, courage, open heart, you start drawing them to you like a magnet. You start drawing situations to you. You start drawing objects to you. You start drawing experiences to you. You have become the literal magnet to your heart's desire. All right, so we're going to stop screen sharing and we're going to go into a practice. So we're going to go into a little practice of using the breath and going into a alpha, theta, even gamma brainwave. So we're going to put this into practice and start walking, talking, rewiring the brain, reprogramming the subconscious mind body to your future self. We're going to play music, sound. We're going to play sound. So if you want to do this with us, jump on Zoom. So I'll put the Zoom link one more time in the comments in Facebook. So I'll put it one more time in the comments. So jump on Zoom with us if you want to do this practice with us. If you're watching the replay, then you don't have to do anything because I'm recording and you're good. So you'll just watch the whole replay. While I'm posting the Zoom link, type in the comments what has been your biggest takeaway from this session. So type it in the comments. What's been your biggest takeaway from this session? What have you realized? What veil of consciousness has been lifted on what needs to be embodied to start showing up as your future self? So type those in. All right, so Francine, the Zoom link is up. Go ahead and jump on, Francine, jump on the Zoom. Amy, jump on Zoom if you want to do the practice with us. So Amy says, I keep self-sabotaging with projects I get into, like college. Yes, Amy says, you're done when you die. That's it, period. Yeah, you're never done. Yeah, you're not done until you leave this earth. Exactly, Amy. Amy, if you want to join us, jump on Zoom. All right, so we're going to put some sound on. And for this breath work, we're going to do a very simple breath today. So it's going to be a deep inhale from the base of the spine, using your awareness. What I would like you to do is imagine that you're sipping through a straw. And as you sip through this straw, using your breath, you're going through each energy center. So your first energy center is at the base of the spine. Your second energy center is a little below your belly button. Your third energy center is a little above your belly button. Your fourth energy center is in the center of your chest. That's your heart energy center. So fifth, throat. Sixth, third eye. Seventh, right above the top of the head. So you're going to imagine that you're pulling fluid up through a straw, right? Because as we're doing this breath, you are pulling spinal fluid up the spine, and we're going to hold it at the top of the head. We're going to do a deep exhale. I'll guide you through the whole process, but what's going to happen is we're going to start creating what's called an inductance field and start pulling emotions, energy up to be transmuted out the top of the head, out the crown, the seventh energy center. And then from there, we'll go into a theta. So we'll go alpha, theta. Some people here watching this will even be able to get into gamma brainwave. And we will start reprogramming, rewiring the brain, reprogramming the subconscious mind body to be a higher frequency or a higher vibrational human. Anybody have any questions before we get started? So Jackie says, how powerful the breath truly is in shifting your energy and helping you create and manifest. Yes, yes. Simi says, can this be only done sitting and eyes closed or while doing chores? I do the breath work on the Stairmaster at the gym. I do the breath work on the Stairmaster at the gym. So ask your heart, Simi. So ask your heart, use your intuition. Maybe you want to focus more and practice this technique a little bit better. In that case, I would recommend sitting down. So if you want to practice this technique and get a little better at the technique here, I would say sit down and really see if you can get a little better at the actual practice of this. If you're familiar with it, if you know how to do it, if you've done it, if you want to do chores and do it, that's fine. That's fine. After the breath, we will go into alpha, theta, and then a gamma. Some will get to gamma, brainwave. So you'll want to be seated for the actual meditation part. But even so, I even saying that I do walking meditations on the Stairmaster. So I'm going to let you use your intuition for that. She says, perfect. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So let's sit up nice and tall. I'm going to stop live streaming. So we're going to close out the live stream. If you're not already on Zoom, jump on. We're going to put some music on. Go ahead and do a deep inhale from the base of your spine, pulling through the belly, going along the back of the spine, visualizing going through each energy center. So you're going through the first energy center, You're going through the second energy center. As you're pulling through the back of your spine. Going through the third energy center. Right to the heart. Through the throat. Through the brain. Through the seventh energy center and hold it at the top of the head. Hold it. Sensing the energy at the top of the head. Exhale, sinking deeper into the body. Blow all the air out of your nose. Shake it out if you need to. Shake your arms. Shake it out. A little bit of a wiggle on the exhale helps process emotions. Here we go. Deep inhale through the base of the spine. Pulling through the first center, up the back of the spine, through the second center, through the third center, through the fourth center, the heart, fifth, through the throat, through the brain. Hold it at the top of your head. Seventh energy center. Hold it there. Sense the energy at the top of your head. Feel it. Sense it. Exhale, blowing all the air out of your nose. Slight wiggle, wiggling the body, helps process the emotions. Here we go. Deep inhale through the base of the spine. This time I want you to pull your perineum up. So that's the muscle that's responsible for starting and stopping your urine. I want you to pull that muscle up this time as you inhale through the first energy center. Pull the perineum up. Second energy center, hold the perineum up. Third energy center, holding the perineum up the whole time. Pulling through the heart. And if you're not sure if you're doing it right, that's okay. Just do your best. Your best is enough. Pulling through the throat. The brain, through the top of the head, hold it, seventh energy center, hold it there. Sensing and feeling the energy. Exhale, blowing all the air out of your nose. Light wiggle on the exhale. Shake it out. Move your body on the exhale. Helping release, move the energy. Again, deep inhale, pulling through the base of the spine, through the first energy center, second energy center, pulling the perineum up. Hold the perineum up as you pull through the third center, along the back of the spine, through the fourth center, just like you're sipping through a straw. Pulling through the throat, through the head. Hold it at the top of the head. Sensing, feeling the energy at the top of the head. Exhale, relaxing the face, relaxing the body, taking it out. Light wiggle on the exhale, blowing all the air out of your nose. Deep inhale from the base of the spine, pulling the perineum up through the first center, second center, third center. Pulling through the heart, through the throat, through the brain. Hold it at the top of the head. Hold it. Sensing the energy at the top of the head. Feel it. Exhale. Letting it all go. Shaking the body, releasing by moving the body on the exhale. Blowing all the air out of the nose. Last one. Deep inhale, pulling through the base of the spine, through the second center, third center, perineum goes up. Holding the perineum up, pulling through the heart, through the throat, the brain. Hold it at the top of your head, hold it. Then seeing the energy at the top of the head. Feel it. Exhale. Letting all the air out of your nose, all the air out of your body. Light wiggle. Taking it out if you need to. Move your body on the exhale. Releasing stored emotions, energy. Unblocking the energy centers. Transmuting, releasing the energy. Sitting up nice and tall. Deep inhales through both nostrils. Deep exhales, sinking deeper into the body. With every exhale, going deeper into the body. Deep inhales through the nose, deep exhales, noticing the space that's opened up in the body from doing the breath. What's shifted? What's changed? Sense it. Sense the energy. Take your attention to your heart. Take a deep inhale through your heart, through your throat, through your brain. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the body. Using your imagination, pretend like there's a nose on that energy center, the heart. Take an even deeper, slower, longer inhale through your heart, traveling up through the throat to the brain. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the body. Deep, long, slow inhales through the heart to the brain. Exhaling, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into the body. Accessing theta brainwave. Letting go with each exhale, surrendering deeper with each exhale. Connecting with your heart through long, slow, deep inhales through the heart to the brain. sinking deeper into the body with each exhale, letting go even more. Long, slow inhales through the heart to the brain. Exhaling, surrender, let go. Connecting with each breath to your heart. Heart to your brain. Feel it. Sense it, the energy. Heart to your brain. Deep inhales through the heart to the brain. Letting go, surrendering with each exhale. Let go. Connecting with your heart as you inhale through your heart to your brain. Feeling, sensing the aliveness, the energy, love, gratitude, bliss. Feel it. Inhaling deeper, slower, longer through the heart to the brain. Love, gratitude, bliss. Feel it. Heart to the brain. Feel it. Connecting with your heart. What is your heart trying to tell you? What emotion is present? Feel it as you inhale through your heart to your brain. Letting go, surrendering with each exhale. Let go. Take your attention to your heart. Deep inhale through your heart to the brain. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the body. What message does your heart have for you today? What's coming up? Feel it, see it, be with it. Without breaking your state, go deeper, go longer, journal, whatever came up, allow yourself to be with whatever arose in this session. Be gentle with yourself, have compassion, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST for a full session. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you then.